It's showtime.
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey is a 2023 horror slasher film that follows a very twisted version of the animals from the 100 Acre Woods, as Piglet and Pooh go on a murderous rampage. Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is the Prince of FNAF, and furthermore, welcome back to yet another exciting film and movie review. We haven't done this in so long, so let's take a look at some creepy Halloween movies since it is the Halloween season. Starting off with a very mediocre at best, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. The cast consists of Richard Harfist as the barn owner, Chris Cordell as Piglet, Craig David Dorset as Winnie the Pooh, Nikolai Leon as Christopher Robin, Gillian Bordwick as the therapist, Natasha Torsini as Lara, May Kelly as Tina, Amber Doric Thorne as Alice. And that pretty much wraps up the very mediocre cast. I don't know who any of these people are. We got Andrew Scott Bell on music for this movie, which is one of the better parts of the film. I think the music is awesome. We got two different styles of music that goes on in this film. We have the very cheery, sort of distorted kids music, as you would expect from something like Winnie the Pooh turned evil. And then we have a lot of very heavy instrumental orchestral pieces, which works for, well, a horror movie. Now, I do have to say a couple things about the actors in this movie. They're not that great. And I realize that B-rated, low-budget movies are a place where a lot of, undiscovered people can, start their acting career. And sometimes it never gets good, but sometimes it does. Here, the actors are just really bad. I feel like there's no emotion to anything that they do or react to in the movie. I mean, it seems very forced and just all around weak. And even the villains of the movie, Piglet and Winnie the Pooh, they don't really seem like humanoid animals. And again, I know this is low budget, so you can't have everything you want. But the movie sets up that these are not humans in costumes, but rather just humanoid creatures that Christopher Robin had found in the woods one day. And they're specifically called crossbreeds, so I don't know if that means that they are bred between animals and humans, which adds a whole nother layer of what the fuck to the film. But the way they're dealt with in the movie, they seem more like just regular slashers in the realm of Ghostface, Michael Myers, or Jason Voorhees. They don't feel like proper feral humanoid animal creatures that you might see in the forest, in the middle of nowhere. And I mean the middle of nowhere, in the deepest, darkest depths of undiscovered forest. You'd probably find something like this. But they don't feel like that. They just feel like goofy goober serial killers. And that's it. I do have to give the film credit where it's due. The kills in this movie are super creative. One of the kills has a girl being choked out with a chain so hard that her neck snaps. Another kill has a girl being slammed into a grinder until she's barely alive, and then Pooh shoves her through the grinder into little bits of hamburger meat. And then another kill is literally Winnie the Pooh killing one of the main characters with a Dodge Viper to the skull. Pretty gory. Although I can't get over the very obvious CGI blood, but I do have to give credit where it's due. Some of these kills are pretty unique and borderline disgusting for a movie of this magnitude. Also, something that I really like that they added to Winnie the Pooh as a character in this film to make him unique from other versions of him is that Winnie the Pooh eats honey. Yeah, we see that all the time. But not only does he eat honey, but he controls bees. Yeah, that's super cool. He controls bees. Bees can literally do his bidding. He uses the bees, I think, twice to just kill people, and I think that's super cool. A bear that can control bees, right? That's kind of cool, I guess. Like, awesome. I also like how these characters were brought up in the film. The film first starts off with this very kind of creepy drawing segment that's kind of animated, and it talks about how Christopher Robin discovered the quote unquote half breeds, the weird animal creatures, in the forest, and he became friends with them and told them that he would never leave them. First mistake, my guy. And after he grew up, he decided that he was going to leave for his adult life. And this is where things got in your horror movie territory. They became so sad and hungry that they decided that one of them needed to die. So they ate Eeyore, and this action weighed heavily on their souls to the point where they just became mad and became feral, animalistic killers, which is what we see in the final movie. I think that's really cool, but they didn't really do a good job of displaying that. Again, they look very human and they don't look very animal-like. They have to have that nice blend between animalistic humanoid creature. It's not a human that's dressed up as an animal. These are supposed to be humanoid creatures. But it is what it is, whatever. At the end of the night, I think this is a very basic horror movie. It's not as bad as some of the people I've talked to have made it out to be, but it's not good either. It's just a very mediocre horror movie. It's one of those ones that you'd put on in the background. Maybe you'd put it on while you're working on something. Just because it's not a movie that you'd watch just for the plot. It's just kind of a mindless watch. That's basically what this movie is. It's just a mindless, simple horror movie. But with that being said, let me know what you guys thought about Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, and what you think about it getting a sequel. The sequel looks far better with showcasing the more animalistic nature of this version of Pooh and the Gang. But with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. Happy haunts, and I'll see you guys in the next spooky video.